I picked it up quite quickly. So I started when I was 16, and I was probably installing boilers by 17.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah,
18
some
18,
lads just
18,
cut out for it, aren't
18, I was by myself, own van,
Yeah.
but installing boilers.
But it's not. That's not everybody, is it? You know what I mean? Like I said,
I had an
some apprentices are just not worth the time of day, are they?
I've had some apprentices that are fabulous. Most of them haven't been fabulous. Tom, top lad, he was one of my best apprentices. Alfie I've got now, one of my best apprentices. It's just that motivation that you can see in them. There's some little spark in them where they're like, I want what you're doing, and you're going to show me how to get it. They're just basically just taking a mentor. You're their mentor. So it's like, if you want to be a gas engineer, I'll show you the way. My problem is I give too much away, and then they end up starting a business and competing with me, which I've done a few times.
Well, to be
but
fair,
I don't mind. We all work together.
That's one of the biggest reasons that a lot of companies won't take on apprentices.
Yeah, they think
because they're thinking.
But you've got to get a contract in place, and that final year when they're getting the gas, you've got to set in the contract that year. Then, once you're qualified with your gas at the end of this year, you've got to give me 4 years. Yeah. But there's ways around that. All they've got to do is get themselves sacked, not turn in. How long are you going to keep paying them a wage for if they're not turning in and things? Do you know what I mean?
But when you're an apprentice and you start under the age of 16, you ain't got to pay for it though. I never had to pay for my gas. My boss never paid for it.
No.
So you can't have that contract in there.
You can, because you're putting the time and effort into training them. You can't just go to college and get it for free and not be trained.
You're training them to work for you. That's the point of
So if you're putting all, you've got to think them first year or two in an apprentice, it's actually slowing you down in a lot of ways, because you've got to teach them and slow down and stop, show them. So you're putting a lot of time and effort into them. So at that point, you're going to want something back. You put all that money into it, and you probably give them a van by the time they're doing the gassing for you. You probably give them a load of tools. You should have probably looked after them as well. So in my eyes, they owe you for them 4 years.
I think it goes back down to the money thing though. Like, I remember when I was an apprentice and I was literally boiler bashing by myself every day for £100 a day.
£100 a day?
£100
My first apprentice was on 30 quid a day.
Yeah, but I was by myself. No, but
I was paying you extra.
No,
I was.
You've got to look after them. You've definitely got to look after them.
By myself, installing boilers by myself every single day. And then I got someone offered me a job, extra £6 a day, so up to 160, self-employed, and then he didn't pay me.
So you've done this from college then?
Yeah. So I started. So my journey was. So I started at 16, 2 weeks out of after prom. So started my apprenticeship, 4-year apprenticeship, pushed into 5 because of COVID. But I was with my boss, which he was brilliant. He like the way he taught me and the way like everything was dealt and learnt was very good, and that's probably why I picked it up quickly as well. And then 20 was doing the £100 boilers every day by myself, and I was just like, I'm earning so much money for this company, and I'm literally not getting anything back, half a pay rise.
Yeah, they didn't value. They didn't value the. You'd have thought at least if you're going to fit in a boiler every single day, at that age, £200 a day, £250 a day, and you'd have probably stayed then, wouldn't you? You'd
100%. Yeah. And then I went self-employed, worked for someone. First 3 months was dandy, then stopped paying me, like everyone. So I literally left, set my own company up at 21.
Well done.
And
fantastic, isn't it? Yeah.
Just having balls to do it at 21 as well.
Linked to all his customers because I was running all the sites. I was running all the sites, and they left. I was like, "Oh, where you gone?" I said, "No, mate, he's not paying me. I'm not having it." Like, set my company up, and then 3 years later now we've got where it was 5 of us, we're back down to 3, but it's more profitable. We've got 2 vans on the road. I've just bought a truck to try and get off the tools.
You bought the truck to get off the tools, not to try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to work at it. It is a nice truck. I'll give you that. It is a nice truck.
It's just a dream. But she's so expensive to run though.
Yeah.
It's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like just coming up here, 100 miles, I'm using over a quarter of a tank.
That's all right.
Yeah, it does 24 to the gallon.
Is that all?
Yeah.
I've got an E-Class Merc AMG, and it's doing 64.5 miles to the gallon if I put it in cruise control.
Really?
Yeah, I put it in eco. I put it in eco mode and just stick it at 65, 70 on cruise control. It'll do 62.5 miles to the gallon.
Wow.
That's really good.
That's good, isn't it?
My Golf 5 used to do 18.
But then you put it in Sports Plus mode, and it tightens everything up, and it'll do 150s, 160s. And then you can watch needle go down.
You can literally watch it like the rev car.
Yeah.
The worst car I ever had was an Evo 8, and it was about 6 to the gallon if you caned it.
Wow.
If you drove it hard.
Yeah, but if I drive
you
the
wouldn't
Golf,
get less than 50. You wouldn't get
if I
more than
drive
50.
the Golf, he's going down 4 to 6.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
And I swear 90% of the fuel was just coming out the exhaust.
Yeah,
pumping it out.
just bypass the
In
engine,
flames.
just straight out
Oh, it
the
was
end.
cool when I was
Straight
driving
pipe,
it.
all the
Straight
way
pipe all the
through.
way from the fuel tank.
When I was
Bit old for
about
that
23, I had a Suzuki Grand Vitara V6 petrol. It was an absolute machine. But doing about 90 mile, you was about 70 quid worth of fuel. Oh, it was greedy, but it were a machine.
Yeah.
V6 petrol 4x4. Big knobblies on it.
Why wouldn't it not have big knobbles on it? Of course it would, yeah. I bet it rides
farmers'
rough as well,
fields.
wouldn't it?
Chuck it dogs out for airs.
Donny lads.
Tonic lads.
Good old Yorkshire. Get your whippet out.
You've got to pay for shit like that, you know. Bloody hell.
What's your journey?
My journey's
Started many moons ago.
my journey started. I come in on the Ark with Noah, and
100 years ago.
Back when
100
Jesus
years
was
ago.
a lad.
65.
no, my journey's nothing special really. I always knew I was going to work for myself one way or another. Knew from that's probably about the only thing I did know when I left school. That I knew I'd work for myself.
See, when I left school, I didn't even think about stuff like that, and it just happened.
I
Well,
knew I wanted to be a plumber.
I suppose the thing
It
is,
just happened.
I suppose the thing is for me, my dad worked for himself. My mum worked for herself.
Yeah.
So it was probably already sort of
Yeah,
subconsciously
you
in there.
Is it quite rural as well where you're from? Or is it
Rural,
rural?
yeah, we're quite,
Yeah, so
reasonably
there's not
rural.
loads of opportunities about to...
Yeah, you know, don't get me wrong. I grew up in a little town with not a lot about. There was nothing to do for kids at the time. Well, still nothing to do for kids. It's more of a retirement town, you know. So I moved out at 21. I'd moved out. I moved over to Hereford, which is the sort of the city. And in the schemes of cities, it's quite a small city, you know. But there's a bit more opportunity and a bit more going on over there. And sort of just progressed from there, really. I went into the motor trade originally. I was in the motor trade for 11 or 12.
Fixing or selling?
Fixing, yeah, on the tools again. Did that for about 11, 12 years.
What motorsport was it?
No, not into motorsport.
Oh,
just mechanicking.
Quick.
Yeah. I did do a bit of motorsport. Did a bit of road rallying.
Did you?
Yeah, it didn't go very well, mate. I wrote a few cars off.
Did you?
Yeah,
Bloody cyclists.
Put one on the roof.
They're everywhere, aren't they?
I know, bloody cyclists.
I've got a sub-wheel that's stock car racing.
Oh, yeah.
He invites me to go quite often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's as a young lad, it's you got to do something to sort of get the
Adrenaline
pump, and that was the thing, you know, a bit of road rallying and a bit of autograss racing back in the day.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
You know, now I just do go-karting.
You won't
It's
be
a lot
able-
cheaper.
I like
I don't
go-kart.
think you'd be able to do like grass racing now,
Why is that?
because everyone gets too political about it.
Yeah, oh, you're destroying the land. It grows back in 6 months, you fucking pudding. Have you tried, I'm talking about go-karting, have you tried the electric go-karts yet?
Yes.
No.
Are they all right? There's one...
Well, I tried electric go-karts probably 10 years ago.
about the new ones
up in
now.
Birmingham. Weird sensation.
A lot of
Pretty
spin.
cool, but really weird because they're so
What, 'cause
quiet.
it's quiet?
Yeah, because you know, the whole point of motor racing is you're a petrol head.
Yeah, you smell
You
the
can
petrol,
smell the
the
petrol,
two
the
stroke,
fumes,
Yep.
You
the
get your adrenaline,
noise.
the pump up when
Yeah,
you
you
go.
can
Yeah.
hear it, don't
Yeah.
you?
You know,
Popping and banging.
Yeah.
electric carts, they were really cool at the time.
It's that instant
But
acceleration,
it is,
isn't it?
But you still get the buzz when you get going. But
Make your
it's
own
not
noises.
sort of the same.
Yeah, you don't get the nostalgic.
No.
Yeah.
But saying that, there's the new electric carts that have come out. I think there's a place down
stopping
in
near me in Doncaster.
yeah. There's a there might be one. I can't think of the name, but it's an F1 based track,
Yeah.
and it looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely phenomenal.
I think they'd probably be a bit tricky. You know, going around corners, I imagine you can't put any excess because instant power. You put a little bit on round a corner.
Yeah,
and
well,
you
I
spin
don't
it
know
out.
how they phase it. So you know, there's got to be
Yeah.
something there. But yeah, electric carts are the new stuff is pretty cool. Like, you know,
I've got a
but
friend with
for
electric
me,
motorbike and that's
yeah.
that's a machine.
They're
Five and a
rapid though, they're-
five and a, not
they're
them
rapid.
Surons. This is a proper motorbike with electric motor in it. It costs about $5.5 grand. It is rapid. About 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Get 20 minutes from it.
No, you get a good couple of hours back.
20 minutes.
20 minutes till you're dead, yeah.
20 minutes till you're dead.
Wrap round a tree or something.
or Land Rover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Touchy subject.